take your game from this to this. What's going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger. Ladies and gentlemen, it is another beautiful weekend, which means that once again, Star Wars Battlefront II is climbing the charts. I mean, an absolutely staggering 35,000 people have been actively playing the game on Steam, breaking all previous records. And in addition to that, there are hundreds of thousands of people playing across a plethora of platforms. Now, why are they doing that? Well, I would guess it's because of the fact that the game is actually available for sale for an incredible steal. I mean, less than $5 American will get you this game unlocked on Steam. And of course, if let's say you're an Xbox player, you can acquire it for, once again, just a little less than $5. So an absolutely amazing value proposition is available to you this weekend for Star Wars Battlefront 2. And no, this is not an ad from EA or anything like that. I'm just sharing the fact that the game is for sale, which makes me think that a lot of people have started to play it. But beyond just playing it, I think one of the most incredible things that you can do in this game is changing your HUD output. Because my good googly moogly, this is what the game would typically look like for you guys, is what you're currently seeing on your screens. But I'm gonna be honest, it does look a little busy and a little bit hectic. However, by going ahead and switching a couple of settings, you're able to turn the game from this into this. And my goodness, this is some of the most cinematic and beautiful looking assets slash game design I have ever seen. I honestly struggle to believe that this game has come out as long ago as it did, because my good googly moogly, like, let's head over to Death Star 2, for example, here, which looks nice, right? Like, with the regular HUD, it looks cool and all that, but then bam, if we turn off the HUD, look at the way that this game looks. I mean, just the details, just the vastness of everything. It really feels incredibly cinematic, and I legitimately feel like I am in a Star Wars scene. That's the vibe that I get. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree. For example, let's head off to Kloss right here, where we have a much more kind of, I guess, jungly vibe going on. Again, looks great in regular form, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, bam, when we go ahead and switch off the HUD, look at these visuals. I mean, it is stunning. It is so atmospheric. It really feels like you're inside of a Star Wars movie scene, just walking on through. Now, it's not without its problems. It is a lot more difficult to aim when you have the complete HUD turned off. And I would definitely not recommend this feature to someone who is just playing the game for the first time, because I do think that the HUD teaches you a lot of important things about the game in terms of the layout of the maps, in terms of the abilities that you have access to. So I would definitely not recommend this to new players, but if you're someone that's familiar with the game, boy, oh boy, I think that this really will level up your experience and make the game that much more enjoyable. I mean, here we are on Scarif, and look at the details here. I mean, it is insane what a huge difference it takes in terms of the vastness and the feeling of this particular game when you go ahead and turn off the HUD. I also look at it as, like, when I don't have the HUD turned on, I almost, I guess, to a certain extent, especially if I'm playing as stormtroopers, I'm emulating stormtrooper aim, because, you know, it's supposed to suck. They're supposed to be terrible at aiming, so it kind of helps the, I guess, realism of the game, and it makes things a lot more difficult. So if you're someone who's looking for an extra challenge and not just breeze through a game like this will definitely not only make your games look much more beautiful, but will help you in the sense that it will go ahead and make things more challenging. But I know what you're saying at this point. Blitz, how the heck do I do it? Tell me how, explain it to me. Well, here you go. So here we are on the main menu with all the default settings activated, and this is all you need to do to accomplish that really cool and cinematic look. So first and foremost, just simply scroll on over to the options menu. Once you've done that, look for the video setting, which should be just down here. Select that, and then you're going to look over to the last option, which is titled HUD Scale. Scroll on down to that particular option. Once you've reached it, just simply turn that down to 0. Back out, and do take a quick moment to make sure that it's saved by backing back into the video option and just seeing that that number still reads 0. If you've done that, you are on your way, or at least 50% on your way. Now, this is something that was very, very frustrating to me because initially, when you go ahead and implement this, you'll notice that your game just simply shrinks the HUD. It doesn't actually make it 0. The HUD just becomes much less present, but it is not 0. So how do we get to the effect of not having anything in terms of the HUD being displayed at all? Well, back to the options screen we go. From the video option, you're actually going to look on over to the gameplay option, and this is where you're going to be able to locate the right setting. So what you need to do is look over to the heads up display, which is this one right here, and this is where you go ahead and turn off the display. Now, you do have the optionality here to go either off completely or still maintain your scopes only mode, which I do think is the best of both worlds, kind of, because at least you're going to still have your scope abilities when you're utilizing the long-range sniper weapons, so you will have that available to you. So I would suggest to go with the scopes only, as I think that is the best option overall. Once you've done that, you are done. Once again, do take a quick moment and double check by clicking back into the gameplay and taking a look that you have scopes only turned on. And if you've done that, you're good to go. And once you've done all that, this is what Hoth would typically look like for you. But once you've adjusted these few little settings, this is what you get to enjoy. I mean, my good googly moogly. I feel like Hoth is the perfect map and the perfect planet to exemplify just how much more immersed in the experience you will be. I mean, there are just details that I didn't even appreciate, I feel like, because I felt like I was so consumed by the details that the HUD was in the mini map and everything else was constantly giving me, that it's almost like I wasn't really paying attention to the way that the blasters, the lasers just deflect off the environment, or the way that the snow hits the weapon and the character's arms. It's just these little minute details that for some reason, by removing the HUD, it's like it removed some sort of a weird barrier between the actual game and you as the player. And I genuinely recommend to each and every single one of you guys to give this a try, because I legitimately think you will find it to be a game-changing experience. Again, I'm not trying to take away anything from the game with the HUD. It's great. I've played the game like that for countless of hours, but there's just something really special about removing the HUD. Give it a go, and I hope that you guys will enjoy it. Now, of course, with all that being said, like always, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, you guys know the drill. Scroll on down, smash that thumbs up button. Thank you guys so very much for your kindness, and thank you guys so very much for your continued support. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. In addition to that, I would just like to take a quick moment and announce in this very video that this upcoming week, I will once again be streaming Star Wars Battlefront 2. Yes, I had such a blast playing the game and recording this video that I once again have the itch to play the game once more. So stay tuned for a live stream for Battlefront 2, and I'll hopefully see you guys here on the battlefield. With all that in mind, you all have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Peace out. See you later, alligators. Bye-bye, everybody.